This is the bike of Ben Hermans of the Israel Cycling Academy. It's a Rosa Protos, and it's one of the bikes actually that these days we don't commonly see in the pro peloton. Let's take a closer look at it. Well, the frame, as previously mentioned, it is a Rosa Protos, so that is their top-of-the-range road bike offering in the standard style, so rather than that of an aero style frame. Now, Hermans, he is 1m86 and it's size 55.5 centimetres. So mounted into the frame is the Rosa's own style of carbon fibre seat post. That's obviously specific for this frame tube. And then fitted to it is a Selle Italia Team Edition saddle, and that's got carbon fibre rails to save a little bit of weight. And moving forward, well, Hermans, he's gone for a 130mm long FSA OS-99 carbon fibre stem, and then fitted to that are some FSA K-Force bars, and they're in 42cm wide. And then the control levers are Shimano Dura 9150 Di2, so obviously that's controlling both the brakes and the gears for him. Hermans, he's also opted for sprint shifters too, so they're here just on the inside of the drops of the handlebars, so that when you're down there in a racing position, it's easy just to give a flick of that lever to change gear. And then wrapping the bars is some FSA Cork tape too, and then there's some decals here just on the tops of FSA also. Brake calipers, they are provided by Shimano, and that's the Shimano Dura model, and they're the 9110 direct mount. So rather than attaching with one bolt through the fork crown and also through the seat stays, it's actually two bolts onto both the fork legs and seat stays. And then the pads in there, they are Vision and they're carbon fibre specific, and they are going to stop this pair of Vision Metron 30 SL wheels, so 30mm deeps. They are the tubular variety, and then mounted onto them are the Schwalbe Pro 1 TT 25mm wide tubular tyres. Interestingly, these wheels have also got Ben Hermans' name written on them, so just Ben, so it makes me think possibly there's some extras in there, maybe some ceramic bearings or something a little bit special. Cassette ratio, well, Hermans has gone for 11/28, which is pretty much standard now across all professional cyclists. And then controlling the gearing are Shimano's reliable Dura Di2 9150 derailleurs. Now, interestingly, check out this chain. It's one of those KMC ones with, I think it's called a diamond-like coating, or DLC anyway. And with that pink inner links, they really do stand out, and it looks fantastic in my opinion. We've got FSA Powerbox chainset, and of course that's linked in with a Power to Max Powermeter here on the chainset. You can just see it there, very nice indeed. Crank length 172.5mm, and then finally finishing it all off is a pair of Speedplay pedals with titanium axles. So let's look then at some of the finishing touches, shall we? Well, first up on the handlebars, we've got a Garmin mount, which is one of their out in front mounts. So it does put the unit directly in front of the stem bolt, so nothing either side or unsightly. And then we've got the Di2 junction box, which essentially controls and connects all of the components together, is here, basically super glued onto the underside of that stem. I do like that. You're doing away with that rubber strap. And then keeping those Di2 wires nice and tidy is in fact some of this heat shrink tubing here. So we've connected the Di2 cable along with the rear brake cable, so it's nicely tucked away there. It's not going to get snagged on anything during transportation or even during the stage. Also, underneath the saddle here is a mount for the Quarq data sender unit. So of course that provides viewers at home during the Giro d'Italia really quite important and quite cool information for each and every rider who's got that unit fitted. So things such as the cadence, the power, heart rate, all those things. Also, underneath the saddle, we've got Ben in some Tipex, or some of that correction fluid you can get. So presumably just let the mechanics know exactly whose bike it is when it's on the roof of the car. Also, we got some elite Viko carbon bottle cages, and then finishing it off just down here on the left-hand chainstay is the transponder unit, which the race organisation can then actually easily position each and every rider as they cross the finish line. So no need to really look out for race numbers, that kind of thing, because that digital chip just simply provides all that information for them. On the seat post mounted here, we have in fact got a Berk Composites carbon fibre number holder. Probably one of the most extreme bits of bike porn you can get your hands on. Absolutely love that. And then I must give a final shout out for this paintwork. I'm hoping that the camera can pick it up because it's very, very subtle, but absolutely stunning. There's kind of little bits of glitter in there that when the sun hits it, which they are right now, it does give a striking appearance. I'm a big fan of that. Well, what about the measurements? Well, from the top of the saddle to the centre of the bottom bracket is 79.5 centimetres, happens to be the same as me. And then from the tip of the saddle to the centre of the bars, that's 59.5 centimetres, which is a centimetre longer than what I ride. So I guess I'm going to have to give it back to him. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the free hub sound check. Let's have a listen. And what about the weight? Well, it comes in at 7.18 kilograms. Now, I do hope you've enjoyed this look at the bike of Ben Hermans of the Israel Cycling Academy. To be honest with you, I'm pretty gutted to be giving it back because I do like it, a Rosa Protos. Now, do remember to like and share this video with your friends. Give it a big thumbs up down there. And also, let me know your favourite bit of this bike in the comments section. Do remember as well to check out the GCN shop at shop.globalcyclingnetwork.com. And for another great pro bike, click just down here.